evening, wherever you're watching us from. This is NEWSBOARD with me, Patricia Roxanne Hammond, coming to you live from our studios at Kwabena Point 1. In the headlines, University of Ghana's chapter of the University Teachers Association of Ghana has refused to call off its strike action. And CLOGSAG has directed all members to stay off work from Thursday, January 20, 2022. Zipline, a medical drone delivery giant, has announced the delivery of over 500,000 COVID-19 vaccines. We'll be right back with the details. And now to the details. The University of Ghana's chapter of the University Teachers Association of Ghana has refused to call off its strike action. This is in direct contravention of an NLC directive for the strike to be called off immediately. The NLC has described UTAG's strike action as illegal and does not conform to the laid-down procedures.
UTAG has stated that till their demands for improved conditions of service are met, they are unable to call off the strike. They further reiterated their rejection of the 6 October 2021 Memorandum of Agreement and demanded that they be restored to the 2013 entry point salary level of the city equivalent of $2,084 per month. UTAG noted that the preparation of a labor market survey report alone does not necessarily lead to improvement in their conditions of service, recalling the non-implementation of similar report in 2014. They therefore found the claim by the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission that all issues about UTAG's conditions of service have been resolved simply because a report has been produced as divisionary, propagandistic, and in a very bad faith.
Still on some strike stories, the leadership of the Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana, CLOGSAG, has directed all members in the various ministries, departments and agencies to stay off work from Thursday, January 20, 2022 until government heeds to their request for better conditions of service. According to the association, over a year after their proposed salary structure was sent to the Finance Ministry to deal with it, they are yet to communicate anything to them despite persistent reminders. In a statement signed by the Executive Secretary of the association, Isaac Bampo Addo, all relevant stakeholders have been served with notice of the action since December 22, 2021. The Accra High Court hearing the 217 million Ghana cedis financial loss case against former Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board, Dr. Stephen Opuni, and 2 others, has adjourned the case to January 31st this year following a latest application filed by Dr. Opuni to bar the trial judge from further hearing the case.
The application invoking the supervision jurisdiction of the Apex Court is seeking to prohibit Justice Clemens Jackson Ohenuga, a Supreme Court judge sitting with additional responsibilities as High Court judge, from continuing to hear his case. In view of that, when the case was called yesterday, January 17th, the trial judge said it was ready to adjourn the trial and await the determination of the motion before the Supreme Court. The former Cocoa Board boss is standing trial together with private businessman Sadi Agongo and his company Agricult Ghana Limited for allegedly causing over 217 million Ghana cedis financial loss to the state. The current motion seeks to overturn a decision made by the trial court, which dismissed his application seeking to block the trial judge from presiding over the case on grounds of alleged hostility and likelihood of bias, and prohibit the judge from further hearing the case. The application has been scheduled for February 8th this year at the Supreme Court.
And to some business stories, medical drone delivery giant Zipline has announced the delivery of over 500,000 COVID-19 vaccines to treating centers, mostly within hard-to-reach areas around the 4 of its distribution centers in Ghana. This has come at a time when several countries within the sub-region are struggling to decentralize the rollout of these vaccines.
The use of aerial unmanned drones to efficiently deliver medical commodities, including COVID-19 vaccines, positions Ghana as a nation on a sustainable path to achieving vaccination for almost half of the country's population. Since 2019, Ghana has relied on Zipline's cold chain storage system and instant logistic vehicle to push the radical vaccination of its citizenry through a careful vaccination rollout program. The Ministry of Health Zipline collaboration has helped the country front delivery infrastructure to speed up the vaccination rollout plan, attracting praise from many stakeholders. Over the course of time, nearly 450,000 doses of vaccines have been destroyed by African countries, largely due to storage and distribution challenges. The case seems different in Ghana, thanks to the efficient rollout by the government with support from Zipline technology.
Ghana Limited and the Ghana Navy has signed a memorandum of understanding for the contracting of a Ghanaian Navy vessel to provide security services at the Jubilee and 10 oil fields. The vessel, which has been acquired for the Ghana Navy with funding from the GCB Bank, will provide asset protection in the exclusive economic zone in the 10 and Jubilee fields.
Ghana and the Jubilee partners will provide a total of $23.5 million during the 5-year contract period. The 5-year contract commenced on 1st January 2022 and will run until 31st December 2026. Deputy Managing Director Cynthia Lumar said the Jubilee partners' commitment to support the retooling of the Ghana Navy is mutually beneficial to both parties. The partnership will ensure the protection of the Ghanaian waters by providing security services in the 10 and Jubilee fields and along the coast of Ghana. Quote, "We believe that this will further strengthen the relationship between Ghana and the Ghana Navy." Chief of the Naval Staff Rear Admiral Isa Yakubu commended the Jubilee partners for the collaboration, saying, Ghana and the Jubilee partners have demonstrated commitment to sustainable production by this collaboration. Quote, "The Ghana Navy will ensure that we fulfill our contractual obligation to ensure a secured maritime space for the safe operation of the 10 and Jubilee fields."
Nestle Ghana has announced a temporary removal of all Ideal evaporated milk and Kaneshi tea creamer off the shelves. The announcement on Monday, January 17, 2022, follows the recent recall of some batches of coagulated Ideal milk and Kaneshi milk products following consumer complaints.
Following the public outburst over the content of some Nestle Ghana's milk products, the leading consumables manufacturer has decided to take all its Ideal evaporated milk and Kaneshi tea creamer off the shelves temporarily. According to a press statement released by the company, this move is part of efforts towards ensuring customers get the quality they deserve. The statement further added that it was still carrying out the recall process to ensure all the faulty products are off the market. The Food and Drugs Authority had earlier directed Nestle Ghana Limited to initiate processes to recall some of its defective batches of tin milk on the market. Some consumers complained of coagulation of Ideal and Kaneshi milk products on the market. The FDA had explained that although the milk after laboratory analysis was found to be non-harmful, it still directed Nestle to recall the products.
We'll be right back with more news after this break. Welcome back. And to some international stories, Britain is supplying Ukraine with short-range anti-tank missiles for self-defense after Russia amassed about 100,000 troops on its border, the Defense Secretary said. Ben Wallace told MPs a small team of British troops would also be sent to Ukraine to provide training. He said there was legitimate and real cause for concern. The Russian troops could be used for an invasion.
Russia has denied any invasion plans and accuses the West of aggression. Dozens of British troops have been in Ukraine since 2015 to help train their armed forces, and the UK has also made a commitment to help rebuild Ukraine's navy following Russia's invasions of Crimea in 2014. But Mr. Wallace said the UK will be providing extra help with security in the light of Russia's increasingly threatening behavior. The first batch of light anti-armor weapons was sent on Monday, although the Defense Secretary did not specify the type. Quote, "Ukraine has every right to defend its borders, and this new package of aid further enhances its ability to do so," he told MPs. "Let me be clear, This support is for short range and are clearly of defensive weapon capabilities. They are not strategic weapons and pose no threat to Russia. They are to be used in self-defense.
At least 22 people have been killed so far after back-to-back earthquakes struck the west of Afghanistan on Monday. According to data from the U.S. Geological Society, the 4.9 and 5.3 magnitude quakes affected the northwest province of Baghdad, where it caused house and building collapses. They added that more than 700 houses had been damaged.
Earthquakes can cause significant damage in Afghanistan, where many dwellings are not as stable or well built. The USGS captured 2 earthquakes on Monday, which hit about 50 kilometers from Kala-i-Nau, the capital of the province. The first quake hit in the afternoon and the second followed about 2 hours later. Its impact was most felt in the Qadis and Mughar districts. Qadis District Chief Mohammed Salah Purdle said the quake had knocked down several houses and killed women and children. He and other officials have warned the death toll could increase as rescuers sift through rubble in the remote region. It is considered one of Afghanistan's most undeveloped and poorest regions. Impoverished Afghanistan is still struggling with a major debt burden and insufficient supplies, made worse after the Taliban's takeover in August.
Ash clogging a runway has hampered relief efforts to Tonga as the scale of the damage from a volcanic eruption and a tsunami becomes clear. New Zealand is trying to send clean drinking water and other supplies, but planes cannot land on the main airport. Some of Tonga's small outlying islands have suffered substantial damage.
2 people have been reported dead, but with communications limited, there are fears the true toll could be higher. An underwater volcano erupted on Saturday, showering Tonga with ash and triggering a tsunami. Tonga is made up of more than 170 islands scattered over an area of the South Pacific roughly the size of Japan. Just over 100,000 people live in Tonga, the bulk of them on the main island of Tungatapu. The UN reported extensive damage to properties on western beaches of Tungatapu. In the capital Nuku'alofa, New Zealand High Commission said aside from the waterfront, the area is largely undamaged. But there are concerns about the Hapai group of islands, which lies north of Tungatapu. Surveillance flights showed an entire village destroyed on one island and buildings flattened on another.
And to some sports stories, Novak Djokovic has arrived in Serbia after being deported from Australia. The top men's tennis player was deported after losing a visa battle that centered on the fact that he is unvaccinated. Supporters gathered at the airport in Belgrade, waving the national flag and chanting, "We love Novak."
This year's Australian Open tournament, which has been overshadowed by the players' visa troubles, began in Melbourne on Monday. Djokovic had been scheduled to play later in the day, but his dramatic deportation ended his hopes of winning a record 21st Grand Slam title. Under Australia's immigration laws, Djokovic, age 34, cannot be granted another visa for 3 years. But Prime Minister Scott Morrison said he may be allowed entry sooner under the right circumstances. Australian law does provide for compelling or compassionate reasons for the 3-year visa ban to be waived. This would potentially allow Djokovic to take part in the Australian Open tournament next year. But questions have also been raised over Djokovic's participation in the French Open, the next Grand Slam tournament on this year's calendar.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been released from Gabon's African Cup of Nations squad and will return to Arsenal because of the striker's ongoing health issues.
Nice midfielder Mario Lamina has also been released from the Gabon squad after heart lesions were found on his scan. Gabon's statement said the Gabonese Football Federation has decided to put the players Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Mario Lamina at the disposal of their clubs to continue in-depth examinations. Aubameyang, who also tested positive for COVID in August, has not played for Arsenal since he was dropped and stripped off the club captaincy last month for disciplinary reasons. Gabon also confirmed further COVID-19 cases on Monday.
And to some entertainment stories, Tanzanian filmmakers behind the country's first film to be streamed on Netflix have spoken about what it means for women. Binti, which was first aired on Netflix on 7 January, is a story about the lives and struggle of 4 women surviving extreme hardship in Dar es Salaam.
Binti is about the painful circumstances that some women find themselves in in the pursuit of a perfect life, and why the life that they yearn for may not be as rosy as it seems to the public eye, according to its producers. Godliver Gordian, one of the film's actresses, told the BBC the film helps expose the pain that women and families silently endure. Saying Binti has given a voice to those who cannot speak. There are some things that families or couples will go through, but one of the partners does not get help or talk about what they are going through.
And finally, rapper Vic Mensa has been arrested at an airport in the United States on his return from Ghana, where he had been spending his holidays. Reports says that the rapper was apprehended by the U.S. custom agent for allegedly possessing a stash of mushrooms.
The rapper was reportedly pulled for a second search after he landed. It was during the search that officials of the law enforcement agency found the shrooms.
To end the news, let's look again at our headlines. University of Ghana's chapter of the University Teachers Association of Ghana has refused to call off its strike action. And CLOGSAG has directed all members to stay off work from Thursday, January 20, 2022. Zipline, a medical drone delivery giant, has announced the delivery of over 500,000 COVID-19 vaccines. And that's it for tonight with me, Patricia Roxanne Hammond. We came to you live from our studios at Kwabenya Point 1. Good evening.